peace, and blessings, Brotherluvshow family. Man, we got another great one right here, man. This is a great content creator. Her name is Dorsey. She put together a little video yesterday, and then she said a few things that really caught my attention, man. So I thought I wanted to share it with you right here on the Brotherluvshow.
If you're raising a male child and it didn't work out with you and your baby daddy, and so you're raising a son or sons, right? Everything that your son is learning about how to act, he's getting the majority of it from you. You are a female. So unless your objective, your goal in parenting is to get your son to learn how to operate mostly like a female, you need to get him around positive male role models. You need to relinquish control and allow your son to go spend time at the barbershop on Saturdays, motherfucking going and cutting grass with a family member or two, or a community leader, being involved in some sort of group or program where as a woman, you are not in control.
Now, Dorsey, I love you. But that's going to be one thing that's going to be real hard, because a lot of these mothers, they do not want to relinquish control over the children. They do not want to relinquish the power that they have as mothers. And real talk, it's really not relinquishing powers. It's letting someone else guide the ship for a minute. You know, there's a lot of protective black mothers out there, and they're very protective over their children. And I understand it, you know, we are protective over our children, but at some time, they're going to be subjects that you, as a person, are not versed in. And a lot of times, women, they think that they can guide males into male leadership, and the only one that can do that is men. So let's keep going. Let's see what else you got to say.
This is why there are so many men that are okay with women leading them. This is why there's so many men now that they respond to chaos and conflict like a female would. This is why there are so many men, and I want y'all to peep this. This is directly why there are so many men that they cannot have a man-to-man conversation with another male and resolve it without trying to fucking kill them.
No lies detected right there. No lies detected. That is 100% fact right there. There are guys that only way that they could get anything done is through violence, and that right there was a one way ticket to the graveyard or even to the penitentiary. So let's go.
Females, when we're upset, we go to emotion first. It runs us. It drives us. We are more in tune with our emotion. When you raise a boy child where all he knows is how a woman responds to conflict or uncomfortableness or anxiety or chaos, guess what? You raise him into a grown man that when things start to get uncomfortable or chaotic or stressful, he operates like a woman.
No lies detected. How many men that you know out there, fellas? I mean, think about this, ladies. How many men do you know out there operate like this and get all the way irate and get all the way in their feelings over things that doesn't really matter, things that could be, you know, dealt with differently? And, you know, it goes back because you got a lot of female traits in you. You know, you was raised by a female, and you adopted everything that encumbers, okay? So this is what she's explaining right now. I totally agree with her. No lies detected. Let's keep going.
So he's a male with the emotional state of a female. And I don't give a damn what y'all say. If your children are around you the most and they're mostly getting your ways and you are a woman, this is what you're programming into them. Now let's flip it to the other side. Females, right? You want your daughter to pick up the feminine and female traits from you, the strength and the embodied strength of a woman, right? But now peep this. If all of my upbringing as your daughter, I don't know what it feels like to be corrected, chastised, criticized, resolving conflict with a man, what is going to happen when you throw me out into the world and I'm only used to resolving conflict with women?
Oh, wow. That's big right there. That is huge. she hit a point that is, I've never heard nobody bring that point up in this context. I do believe that there's going to a lot of women that, a lot of young girls and a lot of women that's been put in this situation because they've been under the sisterhood so long. They've been under, under the female feminism so long that they cannot even fathom having to deal with anything, any type of push or backlash from a man. So I totally understand what you mean by that. That is a great point that this lady just brought up right here. Let's keep going.
When I get on jobs, when I try to be in relationships, when I try to make friends, associates, business deals, coexist in a church environment or anywhere where it is not just a woman giving her 2 cents, I'm going to respond to the man as if he's a woman, or I'm going to retreat and go into victim mode because this feels so fucking uncomfortable. You have to teach me both.
Now, you know what? Unless if you are raised up by your mom, it is highly, highly unlikely that she can teach you both. You only get one dynamic from one side, one feminine spirit, one feminine energy, and you won't be able to get that. That right there will cripple most women, and that is the reason why a lot of women cannot get along with men. This is crazy, man. Keep going, Love Dorsey. You cooking right now, sis.
The world is made up of both genders. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Yes.
You can tell yourself whatever the fuck you want, but if you pause and look at your upbringing, if you didn't have consistent interaction with a positive male role model, or hell, a male in general, right? You grow up and you develop a one-sided view of the world. Didn't we just put on our list that we want our child to have a clear understanding of the world and how things work, economics, finances, things of this such? You can't get that in a world that is ran by men and women when you've only had life experiences with women the majority of the time.
Yes, I do believe that. I do believe what she is saying is square on. This is amazing. This is a great point that we need to emphasize this over and over. People need to take this talking point and really parrot it and make sure that we get this out there. That way we can make sure that the women are doing what they're supposed to do because they are the custodial parents of the children.
Oh my God, love, you are telling the truth. When I was in high school, I was running track. It was ran by a man, of course. And like, he was screaming at me, and I felt like I was a victim. And I went and told my mom, and she was like, he should be up there screaming at you.
Come
and
on.
Like that.
Come on.
Bring
it full circle.
Not because I wasn't a good runner, but because I couldn't handle it. And I went to her, and she really had a man in her life. So it was like,
bring it full circle. Bring it full circle.
And he did nothing wrong to me.
Yeah,
He's like, that would have bettered you, but you quit. That's your choice.
Do y'all understand that there are so many people that have been in situations where, similar to her, they made it seem like somebody was doing something to them, all because they were uncomfortable with the experience they were having, and not because something was being done to them or they were being violated. I've never fucking experienced this. The minute a man tried to exert some sort of authority in our household or with my mom, she got him the fuck up out of there.
Did you hear that? Now ask yourself, how many men have came into your life outside of your dad? Or even, a lot of us had, stepfathers in the house. He didn't run nothing, though. Mama Bear wouldn't allow him to run anything. Now, he could provide. He might could suggest, but he couldn't run nothing. And this is what she's talking about. Let her keep cooking.
So the minute a man says something to me or tries to exert some sort of I'm going to get him the fuck up out of there. And if I can't physically get him the fuck up out of there, I'm going to act like something is being done to me. It's important that this clicks for y'all so you can understand. I cannot have my children just stuck up under me all their fucking life. They have to develop resources and a balanced sense of how the world works by dealing with both genders.
Now, how many parents out there? Just think about what she just said. How many parents really feel that way, that they really need that they feel adamant that the children need both parents? Put your comment. Put something down in the comment if you feel that way. But I'm beg to differ. That there's a lot of women that don't feel like the kids need both mother and father. They think that all they need is them. Now, if you know any women like that, put it down in the comments. Put one in the comment.
This is all the more reason, Nia, for you to call your baby daddy and make sure he is clear. Listen, regardless of whether you come or not, I want to go on the record telling you I need you here. I cannot raise this child by myself. And even if he doesn't end up being the person that you raise the child with, understand and stand on, I cannot do it. This narrative that we can do it by ourselves, here go the reality.
Yeah.
You can do it by yourself, but you're not really doing it. You can do it by yourself, but you're not raising a well-rounded, productive member of society if they don't get that balanced upbringing. So now I'm going to tell y'all this. You hear from a lot of people that talk, well, I was raised by a single mama and I turned out good. If I break down your upbringing, you're going to tell me experiences you had where you got around someone other than just your single mom. So shut the fuck up because you're not even disagreeing with me. I talk to men that, well, you know, I'm a college graduate and I was an athlete and I was raised by a single mother. Sir, you had mentors and shit at school through sports that were males. You weren't just raised by a single mother.
Right. What about the coaches? What about everybody at the faculty, the staff that got you there, the trainers? I mean, you know, moms didn't. She wasn't there helping you do free throws. We love our moms, but it takes more than just a mom to raise a man. I mean, that's just facts, man. No matter how we feel about that, that is just 100% facts.
Mother, you were raised by both. It might have not have been your daddy, but somebody played that male role in your life. That's why you turned out well, sir.
What about stepdads? They got stepdads that's out there that help, you know. We got surrogate stepdads. I mean, you know, I have chicks that I deal with who've children, you know, who are grown now that still will call and pull up on Brotherluvshow and say, hey, man, you know what I mean? I remember when you did this. I remember that day this happened. You know what I mean? It's just what it is.
The product of just single mothers nowadays, them the ones out here killing each other. Fucking, you can't get through to them. They cannot process relationships from a mature space. They process their emotions all like a woman does. Cause that's all they know.
And I just wanted.
Go ahead, Nia.
And I just wanted to say, you spot on, and you giving it to me the way I need to hear it. Because my mom, she's still pushing this narrative because she raised us pretty much by herself, and you know. I keep telling her, like, I don't think this is right. Like, I'm like, this don't feel right. And she's like, well, me and your stepdad are here. So, like, you know, you'll be okay. And I'm just like, that's not, I don't know. I just keep telling her, like, that's not cool. Like, his dad need to be here. And I'm like, he a man. So I'm like, I'm pulling on old.
Okay, let's scoot up. Let's see what else she got for us cooking. I guess she on the car. Let's see what else she got for us. She dropped jewels in this whole. I'm gonna leave a link to the description.
Like me, bitch, it's a lot of us. We had kids for whatever reasons. We told ourselves, or rather, we still ain't all right. They saying it's gonna be all right. 20 years later, nigga, it still ain't all right. 5 years later, it still ain't all right. 13 years, it still ain't all right. You told me back when I was 17, 18, 19, 22, it'll be all right. I kept my baby when I was your age. It'll be all right. It was never all right for you. You just telling yourself this to make yourself feel better about the dumbass choices you made. We need to start being real. It is generationally cursing one another to keep repeating these cycles where we get pregnant, tell ourselves, I'm going to have this baby no matter whether there's a father around or not. Move forward. Fuck these kids the fuck up with this single parent.
Man, she is cooking and is slaughtering the game right now. Now, how many women really willing to admit what she just said and stand on it and say it like she's saying it and put it out there? Because I'm telling you, it's not a lot that would do this. It is not a lot.
Mentality, the same way we was fucked up with the single parent mentality that we was raised on, and it keeps repeating. Then we complain about what's in the dating pool. But when you ask the niggas that you dating about their upbringing, they was raised by a single mama like you raising your children. They sit around and they do statistics in jail, right? They do prison statistics, right? And they ask prisoners on a large scale, did they come from a two-parent household or a single-parent household? the single parent household that the majority of them come from? Was it male headed or female headed? It was female headed. Female headed single parent households are responsible for the majority of niggas locked up. And then you get online and you say, girl, you'll be all right. You have your baby. It's statistically a fucking lie. We ain't all right. It ain't turning out all right.
Man, love Dorsey. Go on, give it to her, man. Hey, we gotta salute her, man. Y'all get on over there and support Love Dorsey. Catch her on all platforms, man. She got a lot of good videos over there. She cutting that, man. I am your host, Brother Love. Get back at me, man. Think about it. Get in the comments. If what she's saying is true, man, put something in there. If you got something you want to say, we want to hear about it right here at the Brotherluvshow.